Good morning, YouTube. JT, Serenity Farms prepping here. I've been outside working all morning, running the tractor, cutting some wood. Took a lunch break. Figured I would do a little checking in on the CDC and see what they've got going. Yeah. 17 pages of how they are going to be controlling our lives forever. This is the phase 1, 2, 3. There's no phase 4, which says release all these draconian communist restrictions that are going to be placed on us. As I detail just a few of these, because it's a 17-page document full of, it's a manifesto, it's not a document, okay? And it's repetitive in every phase for a lot of the stuff, which I will, I'm going to have to read it to you a little bit now and then, so I'm not ignoring you. I couldn't write it all down. It was too frustrating as I was even reading it. There is no hope for the country as we know it if this guideline to reopening is allowed to be implemented. I don't know what's going on at the White House. I don't know how this could even be considered to be allowed to happen. But that's probably another video. Okay, we ready? Sucks to get old. Okay. It's titled Opening Up America Again. Okay? Phase 1, individuals. That would be us. All vulnerable individuals is the very first line, and of course there's an asterisk because you have to go see an appendix for a definition of who's considered vulnerable, because we're too stupid to figure that out. Okay, phase 1, vulnerable individuals still cannot leave their homes. They have it phrased as shelter in place because that sounds better than lockdown, quarantine, martial law, doesn't it? Okay, members of households with vulnerable members should understand that when they go to work or play or all the other places that are going to be so restrictive, they may bring something home because they can't figure that out by themselves. Okay? Alright, this particular paragraph is in all phases, every paragraph of every phase. All individuals when in public, with public being defined as parks, outdoor recreation facilities, shopping areas, bars, restaurants. Basically, anytime you're outside your home, you're going to be considered in the public. Should maximize physical distancing from others at all times and wear masks. Social settings of 10 people or more should be avoided. They're not practical unless you may take precautionary measures as listed above. No non-essential travel. Adhere to CDC guidelines. Each phase of this guidance addresses those aspects of daily life for which restrictions remain appropriate due to the beer virus. That's highlighted in a nice red box. So, now we have phase 1, employers, if there's any left when they do this, okay? Employers are going to encourage telework, working from home, whenever possible. have all your employees return to work in phases. Really? So, bringing back 10 employees, and a week later, if nobody's sick, you can bring back 5 more? What the hell is phases? Okay? Close all common areas so that employees are not allowed to socialize, congregate, meaning no break rooms, no cigarette breaks, nothing. Okay? You see where this is going? It is all still about control. It is about isolating each one of us individually, turning us against our fellow man or woman by not making us want to be in any kind of social interaction or contact with anyone, including when we're in our own home. Still requiring the use of masks. They're dictating every phase of your life. Okay, employers must strongly consider making special arrangements for vulnerable populations. But yet, phase 1 employees just said, if you're vulnerable, stay sheltered in place. So at what point are you not vulnerable, but then when you go to work, work's going to make accommodations for you because you're vulnerable? Do you see? I've only read 4 paragraphs and they're already speaking out both sides of their mouth as normal. Okay, this was published in the Washington Post, I believe, and we all know what side of the fence they fall on. Of course, they're all for it. Okay, phase 1, specific types of employers. Schools and organized youth activity, daycare and camps that are currently closed will remain closed. Great. Visits to senior living facilities and hospitals will not happen unless absolutely necessary, and that person will be treated like a leper, and most extreme precautions will be taken. Large venues, defined as sit-down dining, movie theaters, sporting venues, places of worship. See, they say that when they haven't done a thing with mosque. So, churches. Okay, it's all about getting rid of the Catholic faith in this country also. They may operate, but under very strict physical distancing protocols, which that's all we asked for a month ago. Elective surgeries can resume as clinically appropriate. Well, to me that means if it's clinically appropriate, that means the clinic gets to decide whether your elective surgery can take place or not. Obviously, if their beds are all full, they can't do it, okay? If it's outpatient, come on. All right, gyms can open if they follow strict physical distancing and sanitation protocols. Bars remain closed. Okay. Phase 2. For states and regions with no evidence of a rebound and that satisfy the gating criteria a second time. Rebound as in the second wave that they're trying to intentionally create by making us all stay home, wear masks, and be total idiots right now. They know that they're going to create a second wave, but they're putting this out here to make you think that we're reopening the economy. It will probably make it worse, which is part of the plan. So phase 2. All vulnerable individuals, you're still locked down. There's no timetable between phase 1 and 2. Who determines when phase 1 is supposed to be over? When they go 14 days with nothing? 30 days with nothing? 6 months with nothing? There's no additional information, and they aren't going to give it out because they never plan on lifting any of these restrictions on us. Do you get where it's all going? We're going to be a third world shithole under communism. You think that you're going to the gym, that you're going to the park, that you're going to go to a bar and have a beer, and you're going to go to work. You might be able to actually go do all those things, provided you do exactly what some knucklehead is telling you what to do, or you're not going to go. And if you, my opinion, if you violate one of these little stupid rules, you're going to be penalized with everything. Okay, getting fired up. So the rules remain the same for the vulnerable individuals and their family members who are trying to go to work and may bring it home. All individuals in public still will be doing the mask and the social distancing protocols. But now, social settings of more than 50 might not be practical. Non-essential travel may resume. Till you get pulled over? Checkpoints? Phase 2 for the employers. Still encourage your employees to work from home. Keep all common areas closed so employees don't congregate. Strongly consider accommodations for members of the vulnerable population. Once again, they're speaking out of both sides of their mouth and still making sure that we are not mingling. Why do they not want us interacting with each other? Because we're going to be talking like we are now. We're going to be conspiring to take our damn country back. I guarantee you that's what they're worried about. But if they keep you all isolated, afraid or hating of the person 6 feet from you, what do we got? Together we're strong. Individually, really weak. Alright, phase 2. Schools and organized youth activities, daycare camp can reopen. That's it. That's what it says. No visits to senior care and hospitals still. Large venues may operate under moderate distancing protocols. Your gyms, your bars, your elective surgeries, those are all the same as before, except now a bar may operate with a diminished standing room occupancy. So what that means is if your bar/restaurant seats 100 and there was room for 50 to stand, they're going to allow 10. Who's determining what the number's going to be and why? Okay? Phase 3. Woohoo! States and regions with no evidence of a rebound and satisfy the gating criteria a third time. Nothing changed, but you're satisfying something. Vulnerable individuals may now go outside their house, but practice physical distancing, wear your mask. Low-risk populations should continue. Low-risk populations, no-risk populations should still consider minimizing time spent in crowded environments. Define a crowd. Phase 3 employers resume unrestricted staffing of work sites. Okay, if this took 6 months, 3 months, a month, those businesses are done. I drink coffee with a straw, just in case you're wondering. Alright, so unrestricted. But the visits to the hospitals, the senior care facilities, no. Why would that be? Large venues can operate, but under very limited physical distancing protocols. Gyms can remain open. Bars may remain open. So, here's that appendix I was talking about. One was elderly individuals. Those are the people that have to stay in their house no matter what. 2 would be individuals with serious underlying health conditions and all the conditions that you would think require them not to be around someone. So there it is. What does it mean? It's not going to end. Ever. 17 pages. There was no phase 4 where it said live your life normally. Why? Because they never plan on it happening again. So if you Google CDC 17-page guideline overview for reopening phases, that's what you're going to find. Maybe one with even a little bit more detail, which is no detail. Read it and weep. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Don't like, don't care. But for now, JT, signing off.